Hi everyone, so I have a new video today for you guys. It is about the case of Michelle Go. So this one is incredibly sad and disturbing. I also couldn't find that much out about the situation other than what initially happened. Because I don't think it's went to trial yet, at least I haven't seen anything, so it'll probably be a shorter video, but I still wanted to tell you guys about Michelle. It's just incredibly heartbreaking. When you see photos of her, she looks so happy. Everybody has a kind word to say about her, and the fact that someone did this is really unsettling. So all the links I used for research will be down below, and let's go ahead and get into it. So, Michelle was born in Berkeley, California on December 29th of 1981 to Justin Go and Marjorie Tom. She attended American High School in Fremont and graduated in 1998, I believe. She went on to earn a bachelor's degree in economics from UCLA in 2002 and an MBA from NYU from Stern School of Business in 2010. After her MBA, she joined Barclays Capital and their investment banking group and later joined the consulting group at, I'm sorry if I can't pronounce this wrong, Deloitte. After 10 years, she volunteered with the New York Junior League, helping at-risk communities. Michelle loved life, her family, and just people in general. She was known for making and keeping up with countless friends from grade school all the way to adulthood. She was smart, funny, big-hearted, and she was considered a role model and loved to travel and experience new cultures. She was just incredibly vivacious and just a happy person. We're going to get to what happened, and we're just going to get into it. So on January 15th of 2022, so just last year, Michelle was pushed to her death when she was pushed into the path of an oncoming New York City subway train. And the incident was occurring at Times Square 42nd Street Station. The incident took place around 9:40 a.m. and was, quote, unprovoked, and the victim does not appear to have any interaction with the suspect, end quote. And that was from NYPD Commissioner Keechant Sewell. So from what I was saying is they didn't seem to have any interaction before this. They didn't seem to know each other. It was just random. He just pushed her. And the person who pushed her was Simon Marshall, who was 61, and he was charged with second-degree murder for her death. Officials didn't believe the crime was a hate crime, but even so, a lot of assaults against Asians have skyrocketed, especially in recent years since COVID. And ever since COVID, especially, like we've always heard about it, but especially since then, there have just been countless assaults and deaths committed against Asians, because people just are so fucking ignorant. And so, while they don't think it's a hate crime, this is just another death that's on that statistic now. And that's so incredibly sad. So, apparently Simon has a history of mental illness and was found unfit to stand trial. And he actually has a criminal background and 3, quote, emotionally disturbed encounters, end quote. And this is a quote from the NYPD Assistant Chief Jason Wilcox. And when I say I don't know if he's going to go stand trial, I don't know what they're going to do with him, like if they're going to send him to like some sort of hospital, because he does have a history of mental illness. But considering what he did, he's not safe to be out in public. When I throw up photos of him, you're going to tell that something just seems off about him. He seems honestly like a danger to society. Like, this was an unprovoked thing. He just randomly did it. Who does that? So I haven't heard anything about like if they're going to send him anywhere or anything like that. It was kind of what I meant. So, minutes before he pushed Michelle, he had approached another woman, and she said she felt like she was going to be pushed, and she walked away. So, good on her for walking away. She listened to that bad vibe she was getting. I just wished Michelle would have noticed him, or something would have caught her attention, and she would have been able to, like, also get a weird feeling, and she could have still been here. Uh, it's just so weird to think that that woman could have been in Michelle's place. Like, it's just so weird to think about. And I'm surprised that they did second-degree murder, because he was going to do this to a woman previously, like just right before, and when that didn't work out, he went to Michelle. So he could have stopped after that one woman and just like, no, not a good idea. Even with a mental illness, he could have just, nope, not a, let's not harm this woman. He still went to someone else and did it. So I feel like that should kind of be upgraded to first-degree murder. You knew what you were doing was wrong. You still had a plan to do it. The second degree seems a little lackluster to me. Maybe I'm being harsh, but this is incredibly disturbing. So, there was a vigil for Michelle. Co-worker Kimberly Garnett said that she remembered her as a kind and generous, and always encouraged people to go and do things that matter, to contribute to a cause, and to like what you do and have fun. Another friend, uh, Louis Chang, at her vigil, he said, "Michelle, we will miss you deeply. Know you will always be in our hearts and memories." End quote. So Mayor Eric Adams, who has been under fire for his initial tone-deaf response to the death, says, quote, "We're going to make sure New Yorkers feel safe in our subway system, and they don't feel that way now. I don't feel that way when I take the train every day, or when I'm moving throughout our transportation system." End quote. Because a lot of people feel like there's just a lot of seedy stuff going on in this train station. You don't feel safe. And I've heard from a lot of people that says like the subway stations and stuff like that are not safe. Like there's a lot of criminal activity that happens there and just bad stuff going on. It's disturbing because this is all stuff that you can try to rectify and make better. And it took someone being pushed in front of a train and for people to get angry and demand a response for the mayor to be like, yeah, I don't feel safe either. Like, it's not kind of, it is fucked up. So, that is what I have for you on Michelle Go. Like I said, I didn't have a whole lot. Still don't know if they're going to send him to a hospital. I'm sure they will, because I don't think they're just going to let him back out into society. But I haven't heard anything else on this case. My heart goes out to Michelle's family and friends. She seemed to have been a very big part of their life. She was always doing things. She was always telling people to do stuff that mattered. And she was considered a role model to a lot of people, so a lot of people lost someone they loved when they lost Michelle. So my heart goes out to them. She did not deserve what happened to her in any capacity. And I hope that something will happen. Some sort of justice will be taken against Simon. Because like I said, I don't think he should be allowed to walk free. Quite frankly, I don't think he should ever be allowed to walk free. Just the act of pushing someone in front of an oncoming train, to me, that's a different kind of disturbing evil. That's just a different kind of, I don't know. To me, there's just something about just pushing someone in front of an oncoming train. I don't know, it freaks me out. She couldn't fight back. It was just random and out of nowhere, and she thought she was just going to go to work and have a normal day, and instead she lost her life. And now a bunch of people's lives will never be the same, and it's just heartbreaking. So thank you so much for listening to Michelle's story. If her family happens to come across this, or any of her friends, my heart is with you. I hope that you guys will see some action taken against Simon, and I hope that you guys will continue to keep her memory alive. She seemed like a lovely woman. And please don't leave horrible comments down below. Nobody usually does, but I want to get into the habit of just being a reminder. Sometimes families will go to comment sections and they shouldn't have to be met with hate or gross comments. So unless you're going to comment something kind about Michelle, just don't comment anything. She was a real person. She still has family. So just be respectful down below. But thank you guys so much for listening, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.